Get lit. Get lit. Get lit. Everybody get lit right now. Get lit. Get lit.
Welcome back. Your man Dominic K in here, of course. The Dominic K Show on Fire -TV, radio on fire. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, we have a lot of stories to get into today. And I want to start with a video that has gone viral. And it involves a woman, and she's documenting her experience. She's telling her story. She claimed that a man hit her in the face with a brick after she declined to give him her phone number.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a Yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and he hit me in my face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch.
What you want to do? What you want to do?
What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man. Do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
So on Sunday, a video on Instagram posted by a lot of different outlets, including the Diamond K Show and On Fire TV and Radio on Fire, as well as other outlets. So the woman can be heard saying that this man just hit me in the face with a brick, and all these black men just watched. This man grabbed a rock and hit me in my face because I wouldn't give him my number, she said. The woman's name is Rho Bashe, but she continued to yell at a crowd of men near her and said, "I want you to be a man and do something. You gonna let a man hit me in my face?" So I think that many folks in the inner city are familiar with scenarios where a woman is verbally assaulted by men because, she declines their advances, or sometimes I remember here in Baltimore seeing guys throw things at women across the street. They're yelling at them, trying to get their attention, and girls are ignoring them or, just not interested. And guys just getting frustrated, throwing bottles at them, different things, maybe even a rock. I've never seen anybody hit a woman with a brick. And so this video was disturbing for me. I have 3 sisters and nieces, and I definitely thought about them. Like most guys, I've been turned down by women before. I never felt the need to hurt them because of that. But everybody is different. So we all know guys like this. Guys that would make steps like this. So Rho Bashe, looking at her injuries, it is sad. It is very sad. Now, she had other videos. She posted a video in the hospital where she's wearing a gown, and you can see a large swollen bump on the side of her face. Now, in that video, she continued to say that the crowd of men just watched her get a brick thrown at her, let the man get in a car and leave. How is this okay? She cried. And it was very sad. I mean, her injury, you can see it. It's clear. It's clear and obvious. So as this video went viral, it is no surprise that at least one of the men who allegedly witnessed this assault would speak out. And his video, he talked about, I don't know, he kind of said that she had it coming. There's 2 sides to the story, and she's the type of person that wants clout and antagonizes people, and he said that she assaults people, and he was not someone that was going to stand up for her because of how she behaves. And he said she didn't. He kind of went back and forth. He said she deserved it. She wanted some attention, and he didn't want to jump in, but he didn't feel that it was right that she got hit, but he wasn't going to do anything about it because she's a troublemaker. And, it seemed like he said that she kind of had it coming. She deserved it. I think that he walked right up to that line, but didn't fully commit to those statements. So the videos posted on social media do not show the exact moment of this alleged altercation. And, of course, the Diamond K Show and On Fire TV and Radio on Fire, we cannot independently verify if Bashe was hit by a man with a brick. Now, according to reports from the Shade Room and from other sites, this incident occurred in Houston, Texas. So it occurred in Houston, Texas. There's footage of an ambulance. The ambulance is in Houston. And as I said, the video has gone viral, and she claims that she was assaulted after she failed to give her phone number to a man.
Don't understand. I'm just trying to take my friend out from 5 years ago. Literally spending my whole money, not bothering nobody. What the fuck kind of is this? I'm in the parking lot just trying to buy some food. And, I'm literally why is this busting up on me like this? And I'm looking at all these. They literally let this do all of this. They let really do all of that. I never thought it was gonna happen, yo. It's so whack. And he's gonna get away with it. He got in the car. He got away. He never gonna get caught. He's gonna move on. He's probably at an after party right now having a good time. Do you feel good about yourself doing this to a woman? For what? All this violence against black women is not okay. What do I do to deserve this? What is my defense against this?
So in the final video that Bashe posted, she said 12 hours in the hospital and she was getting discharged with a concussion. She added that she cannot chew food for the next week. So I don't know. It is sad. Newsweek said that they reached out to the Houston Police Department via email for a comment, and has also reached out to Bashe via Instagram for a comment. There is no excuse. I don't care if the woman is rowdy. I don't care what. What is the excuse? What is the justification for picking up a brick and hitting a woman in the face because you didn't like something that she said, or something in this instance that she didn't say, which was her phone number, right? So I understand the guy's perspective. I hear him. I don't agree with it. But let me also say this. I don't agree with jumping in other people's business. I do understand, and it's so delicate. I understand that there's a line. If you don't know someone, but clearly he knew her enough. He knew her enough to be able to point out her history and different things of that nature. So, but of course, you don't have to jump in folks' situation. My father often talks about not jumping in people's business, right? And he used to tell me this story about his sister and her boyfriend. This is when they were teenagers. And, they got into some type of altercation. My father jumped in it, and they ended up fighting. My father and his sister's boyfriend ended up fighting, and then the fight's over, and both of them, had injuries. And my father said that his sister was helping her boyfriend in cleaning up him and not even worrying about my father, who had jumped in the fight to help her. And my father always told me that story as a warning about getting involved in other people's business, especially like a couple, folks like that. And you can end up getting the short end of the stick trying to be the hero. So I understand that there's a line that you got to walk. And obviously that was not his girlfriend, the guy's girlfriend or anything like that. So he didn't feel the need to defend her. I mean, these situations are so complicated. There's so many facets to it. So a lot of folks talking about it A woman was hit in the face with a brick by some game goofy non-FBA dude, and a bunch of other non-FBA dudes just stood around watching. Now there are people trying to be on some blame black men vibe. This was the behavior from a foundational black American men, FBA, and generally don't get down like this at all. Film producer Tariq Nasheed posted on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, in relationship to that incident. So I definitely don't think that you should stand by and allow something like that to happen. So it says he got in a car and drove away. And so all these men scared of this guy with the brick. And then what are you doing after he threw the brick? And nothing, just nobody does anything because the woman is I don't know. From posts that I see, maybe she's, I don't know, maybe she's a lesbian. Because she was definitely talking about, in some videos that I saw, talk about women and liking women and different things like that. So in this type of situation, do you jump in? Do you not jump in? It definitely depends on the situation. Now, you don't want to put your life in danger, but I mean, there's so many facets. There's no right or wrong. I definitely would need more information. But as a rule of thumb, if I saw a woman get hit with a brick, and it's so far-fetched for me to even put myself in this scenario. You know, as a teenager growing up in West Baltimore, I grew up in the area, Baltimore and Hilton, and there was a liquor store on Baltimore Street, Baltimore and Abington. And, you know, a lot of the neighborhood street guys would stand out there. It was definitely a small neighborhood, and folks had to walk past this area a lot. Just coming in and out of the neighborhood. And a lot of things. I saw a lot of things happen in that general area. It was a strip of illegal activity happened at this point, at this location. But I saw a lot of things. And if I was to see, and going back to my teenage years, if I was to see a woman hit with the brick in the face, I mean, obviously you're going to, try to grab the guy and what are you doing, man? Something. Did he mean to hit her? Did he actually mean to hit her, or was he trying to throw it at her? He clearly was embarrassed. And there's something about being embarrassed and trying to save face. I don't like that. He definitely took this too far. He never should have hit her in the face with the brick. And there is video of her doing crazy things and smacking people and all kind of stuff. But she ain't hit nobody with a brick. Like, let's give even punishment, right? There's photos of her, politely tapping, playfully tapping, not hard smacking. I saw one white guy. But I definitely feel for the lady. And whatever trouble, as an alleged person who witnessed this assault said, whatever trouble she was supposedly looking for, it seems that she found it. I hope that was not the case. I hope she wasn't looking for trouble. I can't see how she would have been looking for trouble in this scenario. But it seems that the gentleman who allegedly was there, who allegedly witnessed this happen, was kind of, he really was laying out a case for her getting what she deserved, getting the energy that she put out there. And I definitely think that folks, we have to be mindful of the energy that we put out in the atmosphere. We have to be mindful of that because you just never know. You just never know. And I definitely do not condone any type of violence or hitting somebody with a brick or any of this other kind of foolishness. It is, it's a crazy world. It's a cold world.
It's been 12 hours. I'm in the hospital. I'm getting discharged. I do have a concussion, so I got to take it slow for a week. Unfortunately, I don't have the kind of job that's going to give me that kind of grace. So, I still got a mother. I still got to teach. I still got to work. I really just want the best for everybody, and I don't know why people want to kill me. I can't even chew food the next week. I had a vacation that I planned 6 months ago for my birthday. I'm so afraid, like, why do people want to hurt me so bad? I really love my community, and just to know that, like, people hate me to this level, to this kind of level of my life.
I really have to say this, that there's a renewed safety concern for women. And, a man being rejected by a woman. There are so many women out here, fellas. There's so many women out here. We do not have to attack or hurt a woman because she rejects us. We don't have to do it. It's too many, the old saying goes, it's too many fish in the sea. And it embarrasses, it's other women, right? It's nothing to be embarrassed about. And we also have to check our pride and the embarrassment. How you approach the woman can also lead to situations happening. Approaching a woman with respect, it is paramount. It is paramount. Now, before we get into this next topic, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors.
It ain't a real brunch unless it's iconic. Every Sunday, Belize Rooftop presents
Brunch on Sunday.
Brunch in Belize, featuring the L Show from 12 to 5. The best food, the best vibes, and the best view in the city. The Belize Rooftop Brunch with music by Super DJ Big L.
That's right, your boy Super DJ Big L. Brunch at Belize. You ain't never experienced brunch like this with the L Show. See you soon.
Get ready for Brunch at Belize Rooftop, featuring the L Show, each and every Sunday, 316 Guilford Ave. Doors open at 12 noon to 5 p.m. Music by Super DJ Big L. Come out and enjoy plump shrimp and grits and our signature chicken and waffles, home fries to die for, and $25 crafts of mimosas. For tickets and cabana reservations, go to brunchandbelize.eventbrite.com or call 667-256-5025. Island Vibes, no passport needed.
It has often been said that kids are off limits. I hear people say it all the time. You want to talk about somebody's kids, all bets are off. You talk about somebody's kids, blah, 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 blah. So, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, it has been, the longest running, or one of the longest running. I think New York might be the longest running, right? But one of the longest running, spinoffs in this franchise. And Erica Mena, who's been in the New York edition and also the Atlanta edition, has been booted from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta after calling singer-rapper Spice a blue monkey. Now, Spice is wearing blue highlights. She's blue hair. She's blue is her color, right? And on a recent episode of Love and Hip Hop, she got into an argument. Erica Mena and Spice got into an argument. And you know what the reality shows is over nothing. And for those that don't know what reality or scripted reality, how that works, you have producers, you have writers who sit down at a table and they come up with scenarios. They put the members of the show, the cast, in scenarios. And they may tell them, this one's going to be here, this one said this about you. They put a battery in their back. And they put these folks, they don't tell them what to say, but the scenarios are what is scripted. And the situations that they put them in, and then they try to get their real reactions to these choreographed situations. That's what reality TV is. And so these women were amped up by the producers, amped up by the directors and then put into these scenarios. So it has been reported that Love and Hip Hop star Erica Mena has been fired. They are letting her go. Now, understand this. She will be fine. There are other networks that will gladly pick her up. Okay? And this controversy helps Love and Hip Hop. Okay? So anyway, Erica Mena is going to appear in the last 3 episodes of season 11, but she will not return for the next season of this VH1 show. So this comes after this episode that I said that Erica Mena called the Queen of Dance Hall, Spice, a blue monkey. They were having this verbal back and forth, and viewers were outraged. Some viewers were outraged. They were, pulling from the racial aspect of the demeaning phrase monkey. Erica Mena is not an African American, so it hit extra hard. 2 African Americans. If you had Spice there and one of the actual black members of the cast and he called her a monkey, I think that folks may have been mad, but I don't think that person would have been fired. Erica Mena obviously is not a black American, and so the official statement that Love and Hip Hop, the franchise, said that they have never shied away from hard conversations in our community. And they said that working hand in hand with our partners, viewers will see the impact of Erica Mena's remarks play out in the final 3 episodes of the season. Effective immediately, she will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So I think that Erica Mena in this situation got a bad rap. Because understand this, the producers, the directors could have edited that out. They chose to keep it in because they thought it would be controversial. They thought it was something good to keep in. Now, the backlash was something that they weren't expecting. If they were expecting this backlash, they would have edited that clip so it did not have her saying that word. They would have taken it out. They kept it in because they thought it was cool, and then they saw the reaction from the fans, and now they want to fire her. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with a lot of things that they did. Okay, first of all, I thought that all bets were off. You talk about somebody's kids, right? And so Spice posts this video where she's saying, I didn't say anything bad about the kids. You mentioned the kids. People say bringing up their kids. Kids are off limits. Not I can say some things about the kids, but as long as I don't deem it bad, it's cool to say. No, we say kids are off limits. You're not supposed to bring them up. So we can't be hypocrites here. If she brought up her kids and Erica Mena got upset, so Spice brought up the fact that the relationship is strained and with Erica Mena's son and her, she said that your son doesn't like you. And Erica Mena responds with the blue monkey comment. It was a heated exchange. They were upset. They were mad about some other things. It was a nail-biting episode. Menace to Society was the name of the episode, and they were sitting down to resolve a previous misunderstanding. The conversation escalated quickly, got into this heated debate involving personal attacks and obviously derogatory language. Spice was poking and prodding Erica Mena about the relationship with her eldest son, claiming that he hates her. Spice claimed that Erica Mena's son hates her. Mena was visibly angry, confused, demanded to know how Spice had that information. Situation escalated. She flipped over the table. It got really, really out of hand. It used to be that they were shaking the table. They was throwing drinks. She flipped the whole table over. So the crew gets involved, production. They try to hold Spice back. And, she threw the shoe. And Erica continued to make derogatory comments. Erica Mena is a Puerto Rican, Dominican. And, the comments were racially charged. And she even referenced Spice's health scare last year and imitating a monkey sound. So it was she definitely doubled down on the insult. Obviously, the term monkey has a very painful history when used in a racial context. And that is obviously what happened here. It was used in a racial context. This particularly is offensive to people of African descent. So it has been used historically to dehumanize, perpetuate stereotypes, and justify discriminatory practices and attitudes. So it's definitely not something that you want to do. It's not something that you want to say. A person of Puerto Rican and Dominican descent. This I understand. I think that through the heat of the argument, if they just said both of them were fired, right? I would say that was fair. But one, Love and Hip Hop fired Erica Mena for a comment that she made in response to Spice, who Erica and Spice were both put in a situation because of Love and Hip Hop. So Love and Hip Hop has clean hands? No, Love and Hip Hop doesn't have clean hands in this. Not at all. Not at all. So since the news broke of Erica Mena being fired, hundreds of viewers have aired mixed reactions. And I understand why they may have mixed reactions. Some folks are alluding to the unfair treatment of Mena. The producers, as I said, intentionally and deliberately released the episode. They filmed it. They edited it. They aired it. It's multiple angles. And then you fire her. Right? If I had such an issue with it, I would have cut it out. You could deal with her on the back end, but why would you release it? Why would y'all release it? Love and Hip Hop is okay with them beating each other up, but the remark is where you draw the line. These people have been in fights. They've been arrested. Oh, but you say blue monkey and all bets are off. That's a problem with today's society. It is, there really should be some sanctions for Spice, and she's acting like she's taking, and I love Spice. I really do. I think she's a beautiful woman, but she's trying to play this victim. No suspension, no nothing. Erica clearly went into it with good intentions, and I think that Spice was poking her the whole time. You know, if you want to call a spade, Spice threw the first jab, and she just got knocked out with a haymaker. But some fans endorse the decision, obviously, because it is a delicate matter. But we cannot act like Love and Hip Hop is going to be this outlet for uplifting us. It's interesting. Erica Mena has been around since season 2. She's been a main cast member through many seasons, and I'm sad to see her go. But I think that she will be fine, and she will surface somewhere else. That is for sure. She will surface somewhere else. Let's do this. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the show after this. Keep up with what we got going on. Tap into onfire-tv.com/join. Go to onfire-tv.com, hit the join button. And you can do this. And doing this allows you to access exclusive content while supporting this independent network, On Fire TV. Become an On Fire Plus member. You help us continue to do what we do here. You can always stream episodes of the Diamond K Show at onfire-tv.com/Diamond K. I am here always, right? Because if I'm not live, then you can check me out on demand. And speaking of on demand, music submissions, booking, or any kind of business info, contact me, djdiamondk@gmail.com. You need me to spin at your event, party, whatever, you can book me. DJDiamondK@gmail.com is how you do that. Welcome back. You man, Diamond K in here, of course. The Diamond K Show on fire, TV, radio on fire. Now, a Maryland police officer has been suspended after he was filmed from multiple angles kissing a woman next to a patrol car. The PG County Police Department said that the officer's powers are now suspended as the investigation continues. So this video just was everywhere online. This Maryland police officer, as I said, the video circulated. So he is kissing a woman, and they get into the back of his patrol car. She gets in, and then he gets in. The video went viral earlier this week, and it showed the officer. He's wrapping his arms around a woman, kissing her in front of the car. It's broad daylight. After some time, he and the woman head to the back of the car, his arm around her shoulders, and they both can be seen getting in the back seat. The PG County Police Department said on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, that it was aware of the video circulating on social media with one of our officers and launched an investigation to determine the circumstances of the situation. So they claim that as soon as additional information will be, they claim that once this investigation concludes and they determine the circumstances, additional information will be released, investigated, and confirmed, and all that kind of stuff. So that is interesting. Police department said that they gave an update and they had identified the officer in the video and his powers have been suspended. How many times have you seen officers do something like this? I don't know. Is this, I guess nowadays that's going to be caught on camera if that's seen. But what's so interesting, it's so brazen. We talk about brazen things that criminals do. This officer, brazen, parks his car, hops in, and as I said, multiple angles of this. They didn't want to comment. The police did not want to comment immediately. Now, this is not ironic. This reportedly is not the officer who is Francesco Marlet. This is not Officer Marlet's first suspension, as he has been previously suspended in 2015. Due to allegations of child abuse. This is according to Fox 5 in D.C., CBS News affiliate, the Baltimore Banner. So it's also reported by the Banner that Marlet was indicted by a grand jury in May 2016 on child abuse and assault charges after allegedly spanking his girlfriend's 3-year-old son. So the video that everyone saw happened, or they said that this was on Labor Day. The guy who filmed the video, Nelson Ocheo, said that he had been on South Lawn Park in Oxon Hill on Labor Day, Monday, enjoying soccer with other families when he saw the police car pull up and decided to start recording. He said that he could not believe what he was seeing. And what really made us go, wow, this is crazy, is when the car started rocking a little bit to the left and to the right. That's when we were like, this is crazy, in broad daylight with kids around. He said after 35 to 40 minutes, the officer and the woman drove off in different directions. All right. I mean, I know how it can be. I know how it is. You know what I mean? But this officer wilding out. You couldn't do this when you were off. So the state's attorney said that PG County Police Internal Affairs are looking into this. So we don't know what the circumstances were, but we can kind of put things together. You get in the back seat, the car is rocking. So they're going to have to investigate whether or not there was a violation of a departmental policy or a law. what exactly occurred. And that is what Internal Affairs is going to look into, and they're going to make a decision. The difficult thing is that when you're picking up something on camera, there is a one-dimensional, so you're seeing it. You don't know emotion, you don't know the conversation, you don't know the circumstances. We're going to see, but something's going to have to be done. The public's going to have a lot of questions about this. But this is the reason why police departments have general orders on how officers are supposed to conduct themselves when in uniform, how they're supposed to utilize their police cruisers to prevent these type of incidents. But at this point, there's no reason to believe that anything criminal occurred. They could just be two consenting adults. And, I don't know if he's married, but the situation looked crazy. That's for sure. Situation looked crazy. Police officer doing something. Now, if you were caught in the park, daylight, by a police officer with all these kids around, you might be in some trouble. You just might be in some trouble. So it is interesting to see what will happen in this this drama. There's never a dull moment, and we're definitely going to have to continue to watch this very interesting story. Now, Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio, the Cuban American from Florida, sentenced to 22 years, the longest sentence for a January 6th defendant. Very interesting, very interesting. So you remember Donald Trump telling the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. Well, the former Proud Boys chairman sentenced Tuesday to 22 years in prison for seditious conspiracy and leading a failed plot to prevent the transfer of power from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. Wow. This is the longest sentence. Anybody that was involved in that U.S. Capitol attack. Tarrio was dressed in an orange jumpsuit and orange slip-on sneakers. He leaned against the table at the front. The courtroom was crowded. He's hung his head as the judge handed down his lengthy sentence. 3 other Proud Boy members' leadership were also found guilty of seditious conspiracy, and they were sentenced last week. He's gotten the largest sentence. Tarrio was the ultimate leader, the ultimate person who organized and was motivating the crowds, and he didn't show any remorse, according to reports. What happened that day did not honor the founders. What happened on January 6th. It was the kind of thing that they wrote the Constitution to prevent. It is, I'm sure this is going to be appealed, but the 22-year sentence is, as I said, the longest sentence for any of the January 6th defendants. The Department of Justice wanted 33 years for Tarrio. Before he was sentenced, he did apologize for the pain and suffering that law enforcement, legislatures, and others suffered on January the 6th, and he vowed to have nothing to do with politics, groups, activism, or rallies ever again. So the defense attorney said that Tarrio is no terrorist. He was a misguided patriot. And that may be true. But he's in big trouble. He's in big trouble. The Proud Boys were at the front of the mob. the mob that broke past the barriers and the police lines and smashed windows and led rioters inside the Capitol. This historic building. It is really something when you think about it. I remember being in downtown Baltimore in my office watching this occur, and it was shocking to see. So it appears that they are rounding these folks up and slowly working their way towards Donald Trump. What's going to happen with Donald Trump if the leader of the Proud Boys gets all of this time? Then what does Donald Trump get? What is going to be the penalty for Donald Trump? What's going to be the penalty? I don't know. But I'm sure that we're going to be finding out soon. There's a lawsuit, and this lawsuit contends that the Constitution's insurrection clause bars Donald Trump from running again for president. You have heard folks talk about this, but a liberal group on Wednesday filed a lawsuit to bar former President Trump from running in the primary. So they're trying to prevent this in Colorado. They argue that he is ineligible to run for the White House again under this rarely used clause. Now, this clause is in the U.S. Constitution, and it's aimed at candidates who have supported an insurrection. So the lawsuit cites the 14th Amendment and is likely the first step in a legal challenge that seems destined for the Supreme Court. Now, the complaint was filed on behalf of 6 Republican and unaffiliated Colorado voters by a group, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington. It will definitely put a jolt into the unsettled 2024 primary campaign that features the leading Republican candidate facing 4 separate criminal cases. Oh, these are exciting times that we live in, very exciting times. Liberal groups have demanded that states' top election officials bar Trump under the clause that prohibits those who engaged in an insurrection or rebellion against the Constitution from holding higher office. None has taken that step, and they're looking for guidance from the courts on how to interpret this clause. And this clause has only been used a handful of times since the 1860s, so not a lot there to go on. But we're going to continue to follow this and other stories. This election is really, really heating up. I really, really want folks to understand how important this election is. Understand that we cannot afford to sit home and just chill and just be spectators and watch the whole thing go down. Of course, we're going to be talking about the election. We're going to be talking about Trump. We're going to be talking about Biden. We're going to be talking about a bunch of things in the days, weeks, months, and years to come. Here at On Fire TV, we are a progressive media company delivering news, delivering entertainment, original reporting, and of course, commentary. We engage over 4.6 million people per month through our various media assets, including the flagship program, The Diamond K Show, On Fire TV, Radio on Fire, our very highly engaged social media channels, and the other podcasts, of course. We are delivering news and politics and culture, entertainment, conversations on social justice, sports, education, business, finance. It is so important to have independent, truly independent media talking to the people, for the people, and of course by the people. Visit us on fire-tv.com. You can subscribe. You can support the independent operation that we are running. Become a member. Pick up some merch. All of this is super important in what we are doing and what we are delivering. I am here weekdays, 6 p.m. Now, On Fire TV was founded by myself in 2012. And what we do is made possible from your support. Definitely click the link below. You can head on over to onfire-tv.com/support to make a donation. As I said, pick up some merch, become a VIP member. You can get exclusive content. Businesses can always support the Diamond K Show or any of the On Fire TV programs. You can contact DJ Diamond K at gmail.com, DJ Diamond K at gmail.com. I will see you guys tomorrow. For everyone else, head on over to the member site, and we have a lot of exclusive programs just for our members. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Get lit. Get lit. Get lit. Everybody get lit right now. Get lit. Get lit.